And former Governor Carl Gutierrez has dropped his case, signing a stipulation today to dismiss his challenge of the 2010 election results, agreeing to put the matter to rest. Since his defeat in the 2010 gubernatorial election, former Governor Carl Gutierrez has fought tooth and nail to have his day in court. Gutierrez and his running mate, former Senator Frank Uggan Jr., filed suit against the Guam Election Commission, its board members, and Governor Eddie Calvo and Lieutenant Governor Tenorio. The challenge alleged that the 2010 gubernatorial election results needed to be declared null and void because the election was marred with numerous discrepancies. The case started to crumble, though, earlier this year when Gutierrez and Uggan disagreed on whether the lawsuit should proceed. As we reported, Uggan wanted out of the lawsuit for personal family reasons and said he wanted no affiliation with the election challenge. Gutierrez, though, made it clear he wanted to forge ahead, saying he had been abandoned by his running mate but was prepared to go to trial after borrowing money and spending $40,000 to pay for attorney's fees, stipends for research, and to bring an off-island lawyer to Guam. The dispute resulted in their attorney, David Lujan, having to withdraw from the case because his clients were at odds. But today, representing himself in the case, Gutierrez threw in the towel.
There's no change of heart. There's a lack of money. Since I paid David Lujan already, and since he was removed, I couldn't find another attorney for less than $50,000 to move forward and begin anew.
Attorney Mike Phillips, who represents the governor and lieutenant governor in the case, says the agreement removes any challenge to the election of Governor Calvo and Lieutenant Governor Tenorio. Attorney Phillips adding the stipulation to dismiss the case with prejudice means Gutierrez cannot later file this same case again. While Gutierrez has agreed to drop the lawsuit, he isn't giving up on his mission to have the 2010 election scrutinized.
Totally, I believe in the merits of my case, and I believe that should be looked into by the U.S. Attorney here in Guam and the Attorney General, since those complaints have been verified and they're sitting at their desk, and they're the ones that should be spending their resources instead of me as a private citizen.
But realistically, it's been 20 months since the election, and nothing has happened. Gutierrez says it's unacceptable.
This is their responsibility. They took an oath of office. They swore that they would uphold the law, and here are these complaints verified. For example, the Northern Marianas, we gave them names that voted both here and the Northern Marianas, which is strictly prohibited by federal law and local laws. But nobody seems to go after these people.
Gutierrez adding Maryland's court made a ruling that votes cast in both the local and delegate races must be counted from overseas military personnel whose ballots were sent in the mail late. The former governor contends there were 176 such ballots for Guam, and had the votes for the local races been tallied, he believes a runoff would have been required. While Calvo and Tenorio forge ahead, Gutierrez waits for the U.S. Attorney and the Attorney General to act on the complaints. In the meantime, the people of Guam haven't seen the last of him just yet.
I'm just getting my petition right now together. I've got 4,200 delegate signatures right now, and we're going over it, verifying it. And also another 4,000 for senatorial. So we're trying to decide which one.
Governor Eddie Calvo, meanwhile, has said that the 2010 election has been over since he and the lieutenant governor were certified the winners. He's hopeful the dismissal of the case will result in finally putting politics away. Calvo saying, quote, "We applaud them for fighting the good fight during the campaign and even 20 months after the election happened." He goes on to say, "We're just trying to make things right. As we did on election morning, we once again ask our former opponents to join us in continuing our efforts to build a greater Guam where all Guamanians prosper. We welcome their supporters into our administration. Every Guamanian has every right to be part of the decision-making process. This government belongs to all, not just a select few," end quote. To view the rest of the governor's comments, you can log on to our website.